Welcome to Western Wisconsin Journal. I'm Bobby Pominville, your arts reporter, and today I'm visiting one of the newer shops in Hudson. It's Thunder Willow Community Arts, right in Hudson, Wisconsin on the hill. And I have the owner of the shop here to interview today, and we're going to be doing some demonstrating. And I just want to welcome Donna Ernst to the show.
Thank you so much, Bobby. I'm thrilled that you were able to come out and visit the funnest place in town.
Oh, I love it. It's visually so stimulating, and it's so much fun to see the different kind of art you do here. But first, I always have to find out how you got into art.
Well, it's kind of a long story, but I'm going to make it pretty short.
Okay.
When I was in second grade, I was the fat kid. My whole life, I've been the fat kid. So I wasn't athletic. I couldn't play an instrument to save my soul. I couldn't be a cheerleader. I found my kudos through art. I created art. And I remember sitting in the back of the school in second grade drawing a tree thinking, oh, Miss Martinson's going to love this tree. And someday I'm going to have this place and people are going to come and make art and they're going to have fun and they're going to be nice to each other. That was pretty important to me.
Oh, that's such a good story. I'm so glad you could share that because I know of a lot of kids when I was teaching that just didn't quite fit anywhere, and this is just a great, great story for them to hang on to.
Absolutely. Find what you love and do it.
I agree totally. Now, you actually own a working art studio, and it's geared for all ages and abilities, and your card, I love what you say on it. It says classes, coffee, art, and fun. Just like you said.
Yep. One thing's missing.
What's that?
Chocolate.
Oh, that's
right.
We think
that's very important.
Do we have that too?
We do.
That's great. Now, would you tell us about the classes you offer here?
We call ourselves a teaching studio. So our desire is that you will come in, you will take classes in a variety of mediums, and I'll tell you about them in just a second, but that you will learn something in each and every one of those classes that you can continue to build upon to develop your own creativity in whichever direction it takes. We have right now probably maybe 15 to 20 local artists that are actively teaching here. So I think this is a great opportunity for artists to share their passions and their arts, and it gives our community an opportunity to come in and learn and try a lot of different things. We offer classes in painting, fiber, ceramics, mixed media, glass blowing, stained glass, and that's just the tip of the iceberg here. So we offer classes in almost every medium.
That's wonderful.
For every age and every ability.
So everybody can find something to do to express themselves, and even that just brings joy.
Absolutely.
So great,
Absolutely.
Great concept. Now you also feature private parties, birthday parties, girls' night. Has that been popular for you?
More birthday parties, absolutely. We've done birthday parties from 1-year-olds to we just recently had a birthday party for an 85-year-old woman. And her friends. And so everything in between. We also do corporate parties, we do girls' night out, bachelor parties, bachelorette. The bachelors haven't come here, bachelorette parties.
Oh, yeah.
Private parties for any reason. So yes, and again, those are offered in a variety of options.
And I was actually here with the Women's Club one time, and I was so impressed. That's why I'm back, really.
Well, I'm glad. It's good to see you.
Now, you also have a very visually stunning area with an art gallery and a coffee bar and a little store.
We do.
And what types of artwork then do you sell? Pretty much everything, or?
Absolutely. All of the artwork that is sold in our retail space is created by our instructors. So the only people that sell here are the people that instruct.
Oh, right.
And everything you see in our gallery area, you can learn to make here. So we offer classes and everything up there with one tiny exception. At this point, we don't have pottery wheels.
Oh, yes.
So we do hand-built pottery, which
yeah.
is wonderful in itself. But our desire is to someday maybe have a place where we could also offer wheels.
Oh yeah, you said your dream was to expand, maybe have your own building.
Right. would love
and
to.
hopefully then you would have a wheel.
Yes.
But
Among a few other things, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
well, that's a wonderful dream to have, and I just I hope you can
Thank you.
fulfill that dream.
You know,
I really
and,
do.
and I think, you know, I'm in my 60s now, and I've wanted this since second grade. So don't give up on your dreams.
Wow, you're
You know,
and you're
just-
pursuing everything for
Yeah.
art. I just love it. And you have great gifts out there. I've
Absolutely.
looked through it. Wonderful things. I know the Women's Club had a lot of fun purchasing some things out there. So your store is very attractive. And you know what I really like? You're giving the artists a place to show their work, to teach, and to sell things.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Art is a very, very difficult area in which to, well, I know very few artists who actually are making a living at their art.
Right.
But we all keep making art. For artists, it's a part of who you are, and you have to make art.
Yes.
And sometimes just being able to sell a few projects, a few of your pieces, allows you to buy more supplies to continue to make art.
Yes, yes, and there's so many things, like I can look around and I can see things for my home, my garden, various rooms that I'm thinking, oh, I've got a bare wall somewhere, I'd like to add something. So I think you're really serving a good purpose there too. That
Don't
is
forget
neat.
jewelry and clothing.
Oh, I did forget.
You did.
Jewelry and clothing too.
Absolutely.
What do you mean by clothing now?
We have primarily scarves at this point.
Oh, right.
But in addition, we do some tie dyeing of T-shirts.
Oh, tie-dyeing is
tie
very
dyeing,
popular.
yeah. And you know, certainly we do fiber dyeing, but we also have Hudson's only destination yarn shop.
That's right, I heard that.
That's fairly new to us at this point. It's not been quite a year, but it's been wonderful. We're offering numerous lines of good quality fibers, and actually, I would like Diane to talk to you about that a little bit.
Yes, I
when
think
we've
we
got
should
time.
bring Diane in pretty soon so we can
Yes,
talk about
absolutely.
that. Diane, do you want to come over here? And meanwhile, I know a lot of people from my contacts that are looking for yarn, and there's just not a quality yarn shop
Right.
anymore. There used to be many little shops, but now it's not possible.
Yes,
So should we bring her in now?
that would be great.
Diane? So now I'd like to introduce Donna's friend, Diane Augustin. She's the fibers and yarn expert here. And could you tell us about your classes?
Well, I teach knitting and bead knitting and crochet, bead crochet, Tunisian crochet. So I've been teaching knitting classes for a number of years in the Twin City area. I teach part-time at some of the stores in the area too.
Okay.
And I manage the day-to-day activities here as well, and order yarn, schedule classes, and that kind of thing. We have open knitting Thursday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. and Friday mornings from 10 to noon. And it's free. Everyone's welcome. Bring a project. I can help you start a project. I can direct you towards supplies to begin a project. And we have a nice community of ladies, and it's growing all the time. And we have a lot of fun. Everybody likes to share. We do show and tell. Whenever anybody has a finished project, we put the picture on the website, and that's always being updated. And so we have
Well, I think that's a very popular area. I mean, I know a lot of ladies that love to work with yarn.
yeah, it's really great.
And one thing I thought was really interesting that you said was beads.
Yeah.
How do you manage that when you're knitting?
That's one thing I was drawn to early on. I use a particular type of very quality bead, a Toho Japanese seed bead. Those are the best quality beads, the Japanese ones. And I pre-string the beads onto the yarn and draw them up into patterns.
And that
so I
makes such a beautiful effect.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
That's
it's
really
nice.
neat.
We have multiple yarns. We have Plymouth, Melbrigo, Dun Roving, and what's the other one? Oh, it's escaped me. Crystal Palace. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Crystal Palace yarns right now, and it was it just kind of to support the classes and have all the products available
yes,
for
of
the
course.
customers that come in. And we're hoping that that just kind of extends to be more of an offering as time goes by.
Oh, I hope
We'll
so.
see.
I think you're going to attract a lot of people with that.
Yeah, I think
really
so.
do.
Every day we get more people coming in that are
Now,
interested.
I know I've seen some of your scarves, but what about the wool ones? Isn't that a special type?
Well, we offer, there's a lot of fiber blends, and each yarn manufacturer has a number of fiber blends offered in a number of sizes. So we have 100% wool, we have superwash merino, we have different blends, alpaca blends, cotton, bamboo, we have non-wool fibers, some people are allergic to wool, and so we have a big variety.
Well, I
to
think
pick
with
from.
our weather around here, you have to think about that.
Yeah.
And then I know a lot of ladies that like to knit for, well, maybe children, grandchildren, whatever. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we have a lot of yarn from Plymouth that's a really good, from all the companies that's washable yarn
Yes.
for those
Yes,
kid
so that's
projects.
very
and
much a
Afghans
plus.
and things like that.
Very nice.
Prayer shawls, that's a big one.
Well,
too.
and just one more thing, because I like the scarves that have a little bit of glitz or glitter. Tell me about that. Don't you put something in the yarn, or does the yarn already have this little strain of
Well, some yarn comes with metallic in it. And we
metallic?
do
That's
have
what I'm trying to say.
We do have some yarn that's spun with a little bit of metallic.
Oh,
fiber
that
in
would be
it.
lovely.
Yeah, that makes it sparkly.
Very nice.
But the beads add a lot. That's kind of my special thing that I like to do. So I really enjoy sharing that with
You
people.
did a really good interview.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. and I'm going to ask you to put out some of your work
Okay, sure.
a little bit later so we can film it.
Great.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Diane.
I was going to suggest that, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
And
you were?
People like to are interested in the winder because
Oh.
every time I do that for somebody, not every time, but many times, people ask why I'm doing that. And it's just that the yarn is processed in a certain way that has to be rewound in a usable skein. So
Very
that's what that
nice.
configuration does over there. I don't know if you want to film that.
Well,
or-
all I know is that you are an expert.
Oh.
And I've learned a lot, and I hope the ladies that listen to the show will enjoy it
Good.
too.
I hope so.
All right, now I'm going to
Thanks.
segue over to another. Well, we are going to be having a demonstration very soon from Donna. But before we do that, I just want to say they have a website. It is www.thunderwillow.com. That's all one word. And we hope that the audience listening today would come here and enjoy shopping here and maybe take a class or watch demonstrations. And I do want to give the address. It is 1615 Maxwell Drive, number 2. And I did say it's in Hudson. So today we're going to see Donna doing some lamp working. I think you'll find it very interesting. And at this time, I'd also like to thank Donna and Diane for being on my show today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's go to the demonstration.
what I was doing was creating a lampwork bead, which is a glass bead made on a propane torch. It is called lampworking because years ago, people made their first beads on oil lamps. So you can mix, combine, build different sizes, palettes of all the art forms that I play with. This is my favorite. It is the one place that I find zen. And it's just, as I said, a never-ending palette of choices of colors, shape, size, combinations. It's a wonderful art form, but be careful, it's addicting.
Well, sometimes yarn is processed in these loops called hanks, and they need to be rewound into usable skeins, because if you tried to knit off of this big loop, you'd wind up with a tangly mess. So we put it on the Swift, and then we attach to the winder, and we just kind of crank away. And there's electronic versions of this out there too. This is kind of it's just an easy process, but it repurposes the yarn into a skein that you can actually knit off of with ease. And that's it. And these are some projects. So most of them are classes, but some projects for inspiration that our knitters have knit and I've knit. And we have many of these offered as classes on our website. As you can see, a lot of them have beads in them. That's kind of my focus. We have another instructor that teaches the baby sweater and the socks. That's her specialty. So we offer quite a few sock knitting classes, different things that she's adding to all the time.
Thank you.